We always look so good when it starts. Okay. You want to start?
No, you go ahead, man.
Okay, so first of all, we are not 100% today.
No.
Today is Kat's 21st birthday. Holla! But yeah, so we went out last night, and it's still a little rough.
Just a little bit rough. A little bit rough around the
yeah,
edges
and then
right
rugby
now.
kills you and shit. So
yeah.
Basically, we're supposed to
talk about
gender and how gender identities, our interpretation of them, as well as how society looks upon them.
Yeah.
Which, well, I don't really quite understand this question.
No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Here's what I think about gender, I guess. That's kind of what we're trying to say. I think that society makes gender. Doesn't really matter what's in your pants. It's what's in your heart. What's on the inside. Like, okay, shut up, alright?
I have a penis in my heart.
I mean, basically. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Like, when you're little, like, okay, I grew up with two sisters. I'm, like, one of 3 girls. Like, my parents made me do ballet and, like, ice skating and would not buy me a skateboard.
Oh, I didn't know
that.
Yeah. Can you do some ballet for a second?
Fuck you. Yeah, so, like, I wore little dresses, and my hair was always, like, down to my ass and in braids and, like, all that shit. And, like, I didn't like it. I didn't want it. I told my mom every day, I'm not wearing that. I don't want to do this anymore. You cannot make me do this shit. But she did, and, like, I'm one of 3 girls. Like, obviously, that's gonna happen. Like, I'm not hating on it now. Like, whatever. I'm glad it happened. But, like, I don't know. It's just, like, some little girls are okay with that, and then other ones, like us, are just not. Like, at all. So it's, like, an inside thing. I mean, like, I feel like everybody who watches these videos probably, kind of thinks that way. No, it's an inside.
Yes.
It's an inside thing.
I didn't know I was getting yes.
Well, you just shook your head, so I was like,
all right. Gay hands.
Just go
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think that there should be such a big deal made about different genders. No. I think our society gets so excited about it, and you have to fill out surveys, and everything they ask about is gender, what gender you are, and I think that gender is such a spectrum, and you just don't. And some days you're a little bit more on one side than you are the other. Yeah. And I think that's true with everyone, not just people who identify in the LGBT community. Straight people all the time too. I think are in the spectrum.
Oh yeah.
And
Fucking Cassidy, like, come on. Man.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't think we should make as much big deal out of it. But
no, it's a society.
But
thing.
I think that it's been this way for so long that it's probably not going to change, unfortunately.
No. Actually, no, I feel like it is, because a lot of parents are, like, trying, like, to be, like, open with, like, gender things, like, all
like
these,
the little boys wearing dresses.
Yeah, little boys wearing dresses and stuff like that, and, like, people, like, raising their kids gender neutral and stuff, and, like, that's great, you know, like, but I also feel that, like, I don't know, like, if I wasn't forced to wear dresses when I was little, then I wouldn't have known that I didn't like it, you know, and I don't think I would have chose to even, like, wear that when I was little. So, like, but how would I know that I didn't like it, you know?
We'll see.
So, like,
I was raised with... I have a younger sister, and she likes lots of girly things, or girl typical things.
Yeah.
And I never did. I played with Legos.
Yeah.
And, like, all boy toys.
Yeah.
I also cut all my hair off. I refused to wear any girl clothing. I used to, like, take off dresses when I was, like, a little kid. I would just take it off and be running around naked because I just didn't want to wear what my mom put me in. So basically, to get me to wear clothing, they had to buy, like, long shorts and t-shirts. That was all I would wear. And my parents were okay with that for a while. Like, it was really fine until
you grew up.
Until I was in, like, 5th grade, and that's when people were like, oh, the little boy, or whatever, and then I got really upset about it because, I don't know, people, like, said it in a very negative way.
Yeah, I mean, especially
the assumptions were just rude, so that was what, I guess, changed for me a little bit. But, like, it didn't matter to me as a kid. I didn't quite understand, like, the gender ideas, and I
No.
thought I was gonna grow up to be my dad.
Same.
To be perfectly honest,
Yeah.
and I was mad when I found out
Found
I
out that
was.
you weren't going to, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really mad when I was younger and like I would sleep with no shirt on.
Yeah, and then all of
Because
a sudden,
my dad
that's what
did, and I was
too.
like, oh my god, I want to be just like my dad.
And then mom
And
said
then,
no one
yeah, and she was like, no. I was like, why?
day.
You got tits, girl.
Shit.
Sucks.
Titties for days.
Titties for days.
Alright, so, you good with that then?
Yeah.
Alright, so our challenge is then to tell an embarrassing sex story, and Kat would love to start us off.
Honestly, I don't. I don't have any embarrassing sex stories. Apparently, I have very vanilla sex, so
Vanilla.
just vanilla. Apparently, so
It's okay. Not hating.
you guys hate all the time. You're like, oh, Cat and her vanilla sex.
We do not.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, whatever you like, you like. It's
Whatever.
fine.
Anyway, whatever. So nothing really embarrassing ever happens because I get down to business, happens, and it's
It's
good
over
shit.
it.
But everybody's always happy. I'm just saying.
That was a weird laugh.
Yeah. It was.
Okay, I have a lot of interesting scenarios, but I wouldn't know if they're really embarrassing. It's more just like a little awkward in the moment, I guess, and it was over. I guess the most recent one-ish, I'm gonna have to say, would be, I guess, Callie's dad walking in on us, having sex, kind of.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah. And he kind of didn't notice what was happening at first and kind of just proceeded to like, because at her house, he just kind of opens the door and is like, hey, did you guys want some dinner? And he kind of got halfway through saying dinner and then was like, oh, okay, never mind, and shut the door.
Oof.
Yeah, and I was just like,
That's
oh,
embarrassing.
hey, what's up?
That is
Sorry, I
embarrassing.
was kind of, okay.
Oh.
And then, but then he like proceeded to later be like, oh, you know, it's really cold in the house. I can't make a fire tonight. So, you should, you know, keep your girl warm, which I know you already do. That's not a problem. And also to the little dude in the house, like, make sure you knock before you open doors because you never know what you're going to walk in on, which is for damn sure. You should always knock.
Yeah.
All the time. But yeah.
But knocking doesn't always work though, because
No.
sometimes they just come right in anyway.
But I don't know. I don't know if that was embarrassing. Come right in.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was embarrassing or not. It was more just like,
It's kind of like a thing.
whoops. It was funny. But yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't. Molly's tomorrow.
Is she tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
tomorrow's
oh my
Monday.
God,
Monday's
tomorrow's
with
Monday.
Molly. So that'll probably be good. I don't know the rest of the lineup.
Yeah.
To
Sorry,
be honest,
guys.
let's be honest.
Francis, me.
Gina,
Gina
Francis,
Francis.
Chrissy, oh,
Mac,
Mac, and then
Jules.
Jules.
We have a new sub.
And we have a new sub.
Yeah.
Her name is Kendall, and hopefully you guys will be seeing her soon.
Mhm.
She's pretty awesome.
We almost saw her today, but
Maybe
we're
on
troopers.
Thursday,
Yeah,
probably.
Just for you guys.
just for you.
Just for
And
you.
it's super dark.
It is. How did it get super dark all of a sudden?
I don't know.
The sun's going down.
All right. So have a good week, guys, and
Yeah.
we will see you next week.
Later.
Later.